Thank you for pressing play. Your presence here brings joy to my heart. Welcome, curious minds, to our video that explores the ins and outs of Złotoryja. Złotoria. Złotoryja, Latin, Aureus Mons, Aurum, is a historic town in Lower Silesian Voivodeship in southwestern Poland, the administrative seat of Złotoryja County, and of the smaller Gmina Złotoryja. Having been granted town privileges in 1211, Złotoryja is the oldest town in Poland. Since the Middle Ages, it was a center of gold and copper mining. Złotoryja was also featured among the most beautiful towns in Poland due to its location and architectural heritage. Get ready for an exciting part as we dive into geography. The town is located in the historic Lower Silesia region on the right bank of the Kaczow River, about 20 kilometers southwest of Legnica. In the south, the Kacbok Mountains Krykachowski stretch up to the Krkonow range of the western Sudetes. Currently, Złotoryja has approximately 16,000 inhabitants and is one of the important centers of basalt mining. Let's transition to town's name and uncover its significance. During its long existence, Złotoryja was referred to by various names. Since the Middle Ages, it was referred to as either Aurum, Latin for gold, Aureus Mons, Golden Mountain, Goldberg, German for Golden Mountain, or by its Polish name. Złotoryja in Polish literally means gold digging, referring to historic gold panning sites on the Kaczow River. Turning our focus to coat of arms and flag, let's explore its key elements. The coat of arms features a black eagle of the Silesian Piast dynasty standing over three green hills, with the golden background. Its heraldic blazon is Or, an eagle displayed sable on a base 3 inverted vert. It has been used since the 15th century. The flag features both of the heraldic colors of the coat of arms. It consists of two stripes, golden yellow above green. Let's zoom in on Middle Ages and understand its implications. In the early Middle Ages, the region was inhabited by the tribe of Trzebiani, one of the Polish tribes, and in the 10th century the area was included in the emerging Polish state. In the late 12th century and early 13th century, a small settlement of gold miners was founded on the slopes of Mount St. Nicholas Grau, Mikoja, located at the shores of the Kaczow River. The village grew rapidly, and in 1211 it was documented as Aurum and vested with town rights according to Magdeburg law by the Piast Duke Henry I the Bearded, the first city throughout then fragmented Poland and plausibly the first Silesian town with German institutions and German settlers. Henry I financed the construction of the St. Mary's Church, which was later expanded and is now one of the town's landmarks. In the 13th century, a hospitaller and Franciscan monastery were founded in the town, which thus became one of the important cultural and religious centers of the region. During the Mongol invasion of Poland, in 1241, many of the miners took part in the Battle of Legnica, where most of them died, but the mining quickly recovered. During the ongoing fragmentation of Poland into smaller duchies, in 1248 the town was attached to the newly established Duchy of Legnica and in 1290 was granted with a privilege to trade salt, one of the most expensive and valuable minerals in the Middle Ages. In 1329, under the rule of Duke Bolesław I the Generous, the whole Duchy of Legnica became a fief of the Kingdom of Bohemia under King John the Blind. It retained its local self-government. During the 15th century, Hussite wars, the town was captured by the Hussite forces in 1427, 1428 and 1431. It was severely pillaged, but it quickly recovered and the local city council decided to build city walls in order to spare the city such troubles in the future. Much of the medieval fortifications is preserved until today. Get ready to immerse yourself in the world of early modern period as we examine its impact and relevance. Although by the early 15th century most of the gold deposits were depleted, the town started to gain significant income from the nearby Via Regia trade route linking Ruchor with Leipzig. A brewery and several weavers' shops were opened soon afterwards. In 1504 a school was opened by Hieronymus Orimentinus. In 1522 the first Protestant priests arrived and soon afterwards the school was turned into a Latin, humanistic gymnasium, the first in Silesia. One of its rectors, Valentin Trosendorf, wanted to turn it into a university, and these plans were approved by Duke Frederick I of Legnica. However, the prince died soon afterwards, and the town was struck by a severe fire in 1554, which made the plans obsolete. Nevertheless, the school attracted students from Silesia, Greater Poland and Bohemia. In 1526, the town, together with the rest of the Bohemian crown land of Silesia, came under the suzerainty of the Austrian House of Habsburg. It remained part of the Piast-ruled Duchy of Legnica until 1675. Goldburg continued to prosper until 1608, when the prosperity was stopped by a major flood that killed approx. 50 of the inhabitants and damaged large part of the city. 5 years later, in 1613, the town yet again was struck by great fire that destroyed 571 houses. To help rebuild the town, in 1621 the Duke of Legnica granted the right to mint coins, a privilege the town enjoyed for 2 years. During the 30 Years' War, Goldburg changed hands several times and suffered especially in 1633, when Albrecht von Wallenstein, a former pupil of the gymnasium, beleaguered the city. After the war, Goldburg needed almost 100 years to recover. Duke Louis IV of Legnica granted new privileges aiming to help the town prosper through the development of cloth production. After the dissolution of the Piast Duchy of Legnica in 1675, the town was integrated with the Bohemian Czech Kingdom. After it came under the authority of the Czech kings, in 1676 Leopold I confirmed all privileges, and in 1688 allowed the organization of an annual fair. In 1742 it was annexed by the Kingdom of Prussia in the First Silesian War. Brace yourselves for the next chapter, where we'll be dissecting late modern period. During the Napoleonic Wars and Polish national liberation fights, in May 1807, Polish Uhlans passed through the town. In 1810, the Prussian administration closed down the Bernardin Monastery. On August 26, 1813, the armies of French Marshal MacDonald was defeated near the town by the forces of Prussian General von Blücher. In 1848, riots and looting took place, and in 1849 an epidemic broke out. In 1862, the town of Silberberg was connected with Berlin by a telegraph. Goldburg became part of the newly formed German Empire in 1871, and at the end of the 19th century the town started to recover after almost 200 years of crisis. In 1884 the town was connected to Liegnitz-Legnica by a railroad, and by 1906 two additional lines were opened, to Weißer and Chonau. In 1900 the first telephone line was started. At the same time, various companies tried to recover the gold mining in and around the city, but the plans were soon abandoned. Instead, the copper ore mines were opened, but they faced serious financial difficulties by the end of the years. During the 1933 Reichstag elections, about 25% of the inhabitants backed the Nazi Party. Historical population of Złotoryja: 1804 approx. 6,000, 1813 4,000, 700, 1896,000, 437, 1933 7,000, 842, 1939 7,000, 852, 1946 4,000, 613, 1992 17,000, 202, 2003 17,000, and 69 2006 16,000, 503. With the foundation laid, let's embark on a journey into World War II and recent history. During World War II, the Germans created two branches of the Stalag VII prisoner of war camp and two forced labor camps in the town. Among the prisoners were mainly Poles, French and Italians. The town survived the World War II almost untouched. In February 1945 it was captured by the forces of the Red Army 2nd Ukrainian Front under Ivan Konov. Following the decisions of the Potsdam Conference, in May it was transferred to Poland and renamed by Poles to the historic Polish Złotoryja. By 1949 most of local German inhabitants either fled or were expelled and had to leave all their possession behind. forced by the military occupying power Russia and Poland. A large number of them were admitted to refugee camps and settled later, mostly in the federal state North Rhine-Westphalia, Germany. In the nearby villages of Wilkow and Nowy Koci, two important copper mines were founded, and a large number of local engineers also participated in the development of the industrial region of Legnica. However, in the early years the mines were closed down because ore deposits of much higher quality were found around Lubin. Many factories were founded, including a shoe factory, Christmas tree ornaments factory, and a basalt mine. Since 1989 the town of Złotoryja started to look for its past. The historical old town was restored and the traditions of gold mining were started. In 1992 a local Polish Guild of Gold Prospectors was started, which ever since organized the Polish Gold Panning Championships. In 2000 World Championships were held there. Currently the town is one of the main tourist centers of the area. The heavy industry is also playing an important part in the development of the area. The local quarries are ones of the most profitable in Poland, and the Christmas tree ornaments factory is exporting millions of ornaments every year, mostly to Western Europe and the United States. Brace yourselves for the next chapter, where we'll be dissecting main sites. Market Square Rheineck filled with picturesque townhouses and the neoclassical town Hulst. Mary's Church, built in Romanesque and Gothic styles, founded by Duke Henry I the Bearded, is Złotoryja's most valuable historic building and one of the city's most recognizable landmark south-century city walls. Blacksmith's Tarbasia Kalskist. Hedwig's Cherkuli Cross Church, commonly referred to as Street Nicholas's Church Fountains Gold Mining Museum, formerly the Muzeum Złotoryja Złotoryja's Gold Museum, now the Muzeum Spocznicy Złotoryjski Museum of the Złotoryja Land Society. In this section, we'll be peeling back the layers of notable people to reveal its true essence. Valentin Trozendorf, Protestant pedagogue and theologian Johann Wilhelm Olsner, educator. Industrialist Ernst Zinner, astronomer Wilhelm Dees, astronomer Maurice Ziggy, born 1966, journalist and writer, winner of the 2019 Nike Award. In the following segment, we'll be examining twin towns, sister cities, in greater detail. Złotoryja is twinned with Obyczic, Okręcimo, Czech Republic, Polsnitz, Germany, Westerburg, Germany. I hope you learned something new today. Let me know what you found most interesting in the comments below.